What up, what up, what up, what up? Peace to the planet. How y'all doing today? Today's Monday. You know, more or less it's like 10:08. Hope y'all had a good day at work and what have you. Most likely y'all done ate dinner, put the little tippy ties to bed. And more like I always say, just pop this in before y'all take it down. Welcome to food service. This is recipe 8. Let's get right into it. This Nipsey Hussle situation, man, it's definitely hit the pulse, first of all, of hip hop at an alarming rate, at a disturbing rate, and then I would say the planet, because I'm seeing people as far as like places you wouldn't even imagine, being affected by this. And that just shows you how much, the value of someone and their dreams and aspirations far exceed them, because this person, when he spoke, he didn't see himself. He's seen the others who come from the community that he came from and the potential that they can have if they would set their mind in seeing beyond the communities that we live in. A lot of things in the black community, it baffles my mind sometimes because, for one, this red and blue thing as far as Bloods and Crips and various other gangs, like just gang culture period, like it baffles my mind to see people, fighting each other, killing one another, hating one another because of a color. I'm at total loss for words because it's like I can't understand it, man. Like, this is so sad, because we're killing ourselves all because of a color. Not because of money, not because you stole something from me, not because of, what you have, but because of a color. It's sad, man, on so many levels. We as a people in the black community, and to the world period, because I find it, I've seen other kids as others and other nationalities and picking up that gang culture, like, that's what's up. Like, this is exactly why I do that. Why I do what I do, rather. This channel is to prevent those young ones, because 9 times out of 10, they're going into these gang lives because of the communities they're living in and because they see older ones, big homies rather, that's in these gangs, and they want to kind of emulate that. And because of the circumstances, those are the only type of role models they see around them. It's sad to say because, 9 times out of 10, when you live in inner city, any inner cities like this, these kids is never been outside of Los Angeles. They've never been outside of California. You know, there's a whole nother coast on the opposite end. You know, whether you go south, north, east, like there's other places in this world, you know, for you to live in, for you to experience, for you to just visit. And let's go beyond that. Like, this world is bigger than the United States, man. One thing about it is, like, I promise myself, like, I must live a full life. Coming from where I come from, I would never think I was able to go to places that I've been through. And this is just recent. I finally became that person as of recent once I got off papers. My mind right now is fixated on going to China. You know, because that's where I'm at in my life. Like, I want kids to have that understanding, like, you know, we must open our minds, open our eyes, and want to experience other places besides these cities that we live in. Whether it's your Brooklyn, or whether it's your Compton, whether it's your Houston, Texas, or Atlanta, Georgia, or south side of Chicago. Like, we have to get our minds understanding, like, the world is bigger than these locations. And us as parents, this is our job to start instilling these things into these kids, because if they don't never envision the fact that they can go beyond the gates, or rather the community or the neighborhood or the state that they live in, how can they ever dream big on understanding that the world is theirs? If we're not making them see these things or having an urge to want these things. That's our job as parents, to let them know that, like, I don't never want my kid to represent the fact that I come from Brooklyn. He want to rep Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't want to rep Brooklyn. That's my city. I love it. That's where I was born. But I don't go parade in the city, you know what I mean? Because, like, I own a part of Brooklyn, or I own a part of New York. Like, these kids are out here literally putting their lives on the line because they think they actually own these neighborhoods they're representing. Like, this does not belong to you, my brother or sister. This is federal government property. And even the home you live in, you only own it for a certain period of time. Only thing you own is the money in your bank account. Did you hear me? I said the only thing you own is the money in your bank account. Say, for instance, you buy a home, right? You busy paying your mortgage, paying your rent, paying your electricity, groceries, gas, insurance, all this stuff you busy breaking your back for. Not to mention your home that your parents bought, that the land that is sitting on, if he or she does not continue paying the goddamn taxes, it's just a matter of time before that house is foreclosed. Because the government is coming to take his money. You only own that home for a certain period of time. This is why I love my country. When I go back home, my grandmother, that home that she's built from the ground up till the day she died, until her last breathing existence died, they will forever own that property. No taxes. House fully paid for. Land fully paid for. They don't own not a soul. So if you don't own the house that you live in, what makes you think you own that street? I need you people to wake up, man. I need us as adults to start understanding the responsibilities that we have when we come around these kids. As an adult, the responsibility that we have is far beyond just putting clothes on their back and feeding them. I don't care if it's your kid or not. There's a certain level of responsibility you must obtain and distribute to any kid that come around you. That is your God-given job. These kids out here plucking each other, one by one. We gotta start raising our kids to start being thinkers. I was talking to one of my boys yesterday, as I told y'all. You know, good dude. Like, that's my bro. I love him to death. I was talking to him earlier today, you know, and actually I wasn't talking to him. I was texting him. And this goes back to my story I'm about to tell you. As I'm out texting him, you know, I'm sitting on a chair in the gym. I'm sitting on a chair in the gym. I finished texting him, you know, because he said, yo, it was good talking to you last night, bro. You know, good catching up. I was like, yo, bro, it was good talking to you. It felt good talking to a real one. You dig? I love you to death, bro. You're family. You're my brother. You done put food on the table. Throwback Burger King days. He's like, yo, what's understood don't have to be explained. I said, nah, murder. I said, see, a person like me, whenever I get the chance, I want you to acknowledge what you did for me. You understand? Like, that's only the nature in me, because that's how humble I am. Little things like that keeps me humble. You understand? This man used to work at Burger King. And every time he was at work, I would know that he was at work. I would slide through Burger King, come through. Yo, when I mean to tell you, there's not a thing on the goddamn menu this man would not put in my bag. On many nights, bringing that home, and that fed my family. And the fact that I brought it up to him, he was laughing. I was like, nah, murder, stuff like that keeps you humble and hungry, bro. I don't forget. And we're talking back in high school. You understand? I'm cut from that different cloth, bro. Like, I love to show people that, like, I respect you and I appreciate you. If you in my life, you'll forever be in my life. That's how I roll, because you got one that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, I don't forget not a goddamn thing. So moving right along, whatever. So as I'm sitting there, I'm done with the conversation with him. I'm moving right along. I go scrolling through my phone. I'm about to start my workout. I'm sitting on a chair. So I'm just scrolling through YouTube trying to find something to put on. Like, you know what I mean? I normally put my big homie on, Star of the Star Report. Like, he's the reason why I started doing YouTube. Hands down. To me, I adopted that man as a father. You feel me? What he stands for and his beliefs and what, when he gets on that microphone talking to his audience, you know, his one thing that hit me that he always say, you know, the listener must not be denied. So meaning I will never get on this microphone to lie to you because I'm trying to make you like my page or I'm trying to make you subscribe. Like, listen, if you don't roll with me, you don't roll with me. I'm cool with that. God bless you. Keep it pushing. But please believe me, the people that's here, they're God sent. They're here for a reason. So my love for them, whether I know them or not, is unconditional. So, moving right along, I'm scrolling through the YouTube, and I found a channel by this woman named Impressive Channel. I always used to see a couple things of hers periodically here and there, but she had something on her channel based on the celebrities who commented towards Nipsey Hussle's demise. And she started talking and she was like, you know, how she's so lost for words and this, that, and the third. And what really hit me was, you know, she said, oh, no, I don't want to preach. I just want to show y'all the video. See, on my channel, that's why everything here is so plain. Because I want you to come for the message. I'm not trying to distract you with a whole bunch of things. You come here because you want to listen to the word that a real one is kicking out, for the simple fact that I care for more than just myself. And if you're here listening, I care for you too. I care for you. I care for your loved ones. I care for I don't care if you got a goddamn dog. So as she going on, what have you, you know, she's telling us, oh, she don't want to preach this, down, and third. Let the video play. So, boom, she let the video play. I believe I heard Rihanna. I heard Drake. I heard Meek Mills and Snoop Dogg. But the one that sat with me the most was Nas. Nas' quote hit me like a ton of bricks. As I'm sitting there on that bike, you understand? Not even punch my numbers yet and set my time or speed or what have you. I'm sitting there on the bike with my hoodie on, as I always do, with my headphones on, and I'm listening to these people talk. Nas' quote hit me like a ton of bricks. It went a little something like, you know, we have to stop this violence, our kings. We're being slaughtered because of possessions. We're being slaughtered because of some chains. We're being slaughtered because of, you know, what we said or something in that, you know. And as Nas saying this, literally, I had to put my head down a little bit more, because literally, on my grandmama, I just start crying silently. Tears is dripping down my eyes. I'm like, damn, this joint happened kind of fast. I just finished telling y'all yesterday that I don't really get into it like that. Sometimes it'll hit me way down the line once I hit something, when as far as affecting me. And when Nas said what he said, like, I literally could not stop crying, bro. Like, I just kept on crying. And I just kept on wiping tears away, kept on wiping tears away, knowing that this brother is no longer here. The things that he had planned for his people. And as I told y'all yesterday, I didn't go into no videos. I didn't look at nothing. You understand? I learned so much as of just different videos that I've watched today. I didn't even know the man was African. Like, literally, he's African. And then you know, the businesses that he had set up, cryptocurrency, having entrepreneurship programs set up for young kids to learn cyber tech, new technology coming in. Like, he had that set up for them. He had businesses set up, various properties throughout the U.S. His ownership to his own music, his masters. He had a kid by another wife or daughter that he left behind. I didn't even know. He had a son with Lauren London. I didn't even know that. This man was due to be engaged with this woman. He was due to get married with this woman. And as of yesterday, I watched that, what is it, a GQ interview they had together. I'm looking at them together, man, they having so much fun just answering those questions. And all that's running through my mind as I'm reading Nas's quote. Like, it just blew my mind. Like I said, I'm a Nipsey fan. Like, when I say that, you know, I'm not one of those fanatics that, you know, I start learning the whole this, down, the third about a man or going into details, doing research. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But when I listen to his music, something generate from the sound of his voice. It hits my mind, it hits my heart, and I can feel that this dude is genuine. He's solid. Without knowing none of this stuff. Like I said, Hustle and Motivate was one of my biggest tracks. I had that thing on repeat for days at a time. And the things that this man had set up to do for his neighborhood, you goddamn roaches kill him in front of his store? Man, I'm so lost for words. Like, it's just crazy, man. As much as I don't like, you know, some of the rappers, and it's not more like what's, I don't like them, it's some of the things that they do. You know, I hate the fact that they always downgrading women, disrespecting women, and promoting violence. I hate the fact that all the time what comes out their mouth is always either drugs or money. You know, 9 times out of 10, those are the 4 basic subjects that any rap you listen to, 9 times out of 10 is gonna promote those type of things. But I will say this. I respect y'all brothers because y'all have made it to a point where y'all don't have to live in the neighborhoods y'all come from. I'm happy for your success because you're able to provide for your friends, your loved ones. But I need you to start understanding that, listen, you in a position of life where you're not a normal human being. You need to start, for one, understanding that, like, listen, you have money. The world know you have money. Stop wearing these goddamn slave chains all the time, thinking that what you need to identify to let people know your success. Stop promoting violence, talking about guns all the time. Stop disrespecting our women, degrading them all the time. Stop talking about money like that's the only thing that's out there. Like, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but every single soul get up out of their bed to go get money. You just might have more than the average person. But we all have money. And the money should not to have to identify you with the fact that you feel that you need to promote it all the time. And that's part of the problem where, you know, a lot of people are not content within themselves and they don't have that self-worth and understanding within themselves. So the jealous part of them come out and they choose to want to make you a target. Stop promoting these things. Please. You have money? Yes, you have money, but you don't need to tell the whole world you have money. Show the whole world you have money, pulling out bricks and bricks of money. Wearing all these jewelry, diamonds, and chains. Like, why do you feel that you need these things in order to validate yourself? And then the average hungry man walks by and sees it, have that thing on him ready to off you. Another thing you guys need to understand, like, you make enough money, you understand, where once you get up out your bed to the time you go back to your bed, you need to have 24 hours. Rather, you know what I'm saying? The time that you leave your house, security on hand at all times. Armed security for that matter. And I believe 2, depending on how you moving. At all times. Don't be afraid to get security because, oh, I'm good, I'm for dolo, this, that, and the third. Like, no. So if you good and you dolo, walk around with none of that monkey chain, those slave chains on your neck. And another thing, stop promoting that gang stuff. I need you brothers and sisters to stop with the gang stuff. You've made it to a point where you're successful. Why do you feel that you still need to promote that stuff and put this poison into the atmosphere to feed our babies? I need black folks to understand these inner cities are not the only place in the world where you can live. Like, I walk out my door, it's a white man right next to me. It's a bank directly right next to me, and there's a church right next to me. You understand? As much as I hate it because there's so much traffic, because think about it, a church, a bank, you understand? I'm in a busy section. But I'm content because I come outside, it's not a fistful of brothers out there hanging out on a corner, you know? Music playing all types of hours, drugs being sold, smoking and drinking. Like, you know, I come from this stuff, you know? And that's another thing I was telling my boy. I was like, yo, where we lived at in Jersey when we was coming up, like when I first moved to Jersey from New York, you couldn't tell me nothing. I swear to God on my grandmama, I thought I was rich. You could not tell me nothing. It was me, my brother, and my two sisters sleeping on a pull-out sofa couch. Our bathroom was connected to the kitchen, kitchen connected to the bedroom. So when I moved to Jersey, I swear on everything I thought I was rich. So I'm telling my boy, he moved from the neighborhood we was living in to Jersey City. I said, yo, bro, I'm from New York. With all due respect, the name of the song is Moving On Up, not Moving On Back. You know what I'm saying? I go back to the neighborhood periodically. You know what I mean? Swing through my old hood, you know, just check out my peoples. But with all due respect, I would never want to live there again. Because I've gotten a taste to know that there's places other than just 144 or 80 or Brooklyn, New York, where, you know, I still got ties and family still live there, but that's them. They do that. I don't want to be around that. I'm comfortable having my door open, knowing that, listen, there's nothing happening out here. Like, I'm so in love with that peace of mind, that quietness, you know? And what I found out is, like, a lot of people that was living in these neighborhoods, they want to move to the neighborhoods I was once upon a time. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all crazy. Like, you want to move there? I'm like, with all due respect, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? But believe it or not, that's how it is in a lot of places and around the world. Like, I would never, ever want to go move to a place I'm from. Like, I'm from Brooklyn just as much as I'm from Chicago. I'm from Compton just as much as I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. You know? Like, all these places are similar, whether y'all know it or not. Black on black crime at an alarming rate. Single parent homes. Brothers and sisters not properly being educated. And then once they leave your door, it's another one following another one. There's no leaders. It's so much to be said, man. This is why, you know, in my channel, I'm never, ever, 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 ever gonna change my message because I'm trying to get people to come to my channel. See, that's why I do no titles on my channel, because I don't want it to be a clickbait type of thing, because I'm trying to persuade you to come listen to me. Like, I do what I do, you know, because I was once all those other things. I don't want that no more, and I don't want that for no kid on this world. So if I could grab the ear of one or two parents just so the message could be instilled into their minds so they can understand the importance of raising their kids in a peaceful environment, a safe environment, I've done my job. It's sad, man, on so many levels. I love us as people, man, but we need to start understanding don't nothing in this world belong to us but the money in the bank and the clothes in our back and the food in our refrigerator. On that note, it's been Food Service, Food for Thought, Recipe 8. I really appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Please, people, I need y'all to start praying with your kids. It's a war going on outside. No man or woman is safe. We need need to start putting value on our minds as opposed to the material things that this world has to offer. Because if you put value on your mind, you're wealthy already to understand those things are going to come in due time. And those things should not have to identify you because you obtain those things. So, food thought of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is each one teach one, each one reach one. We need to start teaching our babies. We need to start reaching out to these kids out here and start promoting the level of importance when it comes to education. I tell them all the time when I come around any kid, you like money? Cool. But know that you'll never accumulate the amount of money you need in life without an education. The power of an education is so uncompelled. You understand? Because like you'll get the money, you'll lose it just like that because you was not properly educated with economics, business, all these different avenues on how to multiply your money and make your money work for you. So I tell kids this all the time. How hard you work in school is how big the paycheck is going to be later. It's Food Service signing out. Peace.